Going to start in a comfortable seat. So just make sure you're sitting up really tall. Get that length in your torso so you can breathe into that midsection. And close your eyes. And deep inhale. And feel that expansion going all the way down into your lower belly, into your sides. And slowly exhale. Start finding the rhythm to your breath this morning. No need to have this super powerful Ujjayi breath. I'd much rather have you focusing on moving your belly with your breath. So inhale, expand. Exhale, gently contract. And if you're sitting with me in real world, you're gonna feel this nice little beautiful breeze. This is so nice. And inhale, reach your arms up. Get as tall as you can. Exhale, take your right hand to your left knee and twist. So keep that length in your twist. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, left hand to right knee. Inhale up. And exhale, take your hands to your knees and start circling your torso. Just moving with your own breath here and get all that movement into that soft part of your belly. So feel free to go weird. Exaggerate the movement. And go the other direction. And come to center. Make your way onto all four. And inhale, lift your palms all the way to your knuckles. Keep your fingertips on the ground. And down. And we're going to do another 10 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come sitting onto your heels. Tuck your toes. Make fists with your hands and big circles. Really get into those like deep dark cobwebs of your wrist joint. And go the other way. And come back to all four. And start moving through your cat-cow. As always, this is an exploration, so whatever movement you feel you need to add here, just move with your own breath. This is a time to say good morning to your body. Whether you need a little bit of side stretching, hip circling, it's all available. And tuck your toes. Lift your hips up. Keep your knees bent. So you're just moving your torso towards your thighs. And inhale, start rolling forward. And you're rounding your spine as you come into a plank pose and lower your hips down, open up your chest. And you're still just moving with your breath. So exhale, roll all the way back. And again, bend your knees. One more time, roll forward. Lower your hips, open up your chest. And back. And start walking out that first dog of the day. Get all the creaks out. I feel the older I get, the longer I need to walk out my dog in the morning. Like, oh God. And pay attention to what your downward dog is today. Maybe your knees are a little bit bent. Maybe your heels are off the mat. It's all okay. And then look forward and walk to the front of your mat. Come into a ragdoll forward fold. So your feet are hip width apart. You keep some bend in your knees and just hang. If it feels good to grab opposite elbows, do that. You can also just have your hands on the mat. And incorporate a little bit of movement. So whether it's gently swaying from side to side or maybe bobbing up and down a little bit. Just waking up the back body, the fascia in the back body. And then exhale. Roll all the way up to standing, unfurling your body. And inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And interlace your hands behind you. Palms are together. Roll your shoulders back. And just make sure you're not turning this into a back bend. So move your belly button in. A little bit of engagement in your belly. And then reach those hands down. Still belly engagement. Still palms together. And then move your chin to your chest. And then roll over to the left so your left ear comes towards your left shoulder. Still reaching your hands down. So your arms and your shoulders are really active. Chin back to your chest. Roll over to the other side. Chin back to your chest. And start looking up towards the sky. And then take a fold. Put some bend in your knees as you fold. And release. And shake out your hands. Inhale, come all the way back to standing. Reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, step back to plank pose. then make your way all the way down onto your belly. Arms alongside your body. And then palms face the floor. Lift your arms up, followed by your chest, followed by your legs. And come back down. One more time, lift your arms up, followed by your chest, followed by your legs. Make sure your whole back body is engaged, so your glutes are like steel. At least we like to think so. And come back down. Hands by your chest. Inhale, come into a cobra pose. Same engagement in your back body that you just had. So make sure your glutes are working, your hamstrings are working. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Plank pose. And downward facing dog. And then get up on your tippy toes. And let your knees come down so they're hovering just a couple of inches off the floor. See if you can move your heels forward a little bit. It's just making it harder. This is good. Belly button in. Hold it. Still breathing. 2 more breaths. Inhale, come back to a 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee. And then actively see, can you move the heel to the butt? So you're engaging that leg. Getting that heel as close to your butt as you can. Exhale. Step your right foot forward. Come to the outside of your right foot. Back knee comes down. And move your hips back. Come into a half Hanuman, half splits. Just pulling that right thigh bone into your hip socket. Lengthen your spine. So this is not about getting your nose down to your shin. It's about length. Lengthen your leg, lengthen your spine. And then plant your left hand under your left shoulder. Inhale, lift your right arm up, twist. Then we're going to get a little bit funky because you know, if you're used to my classes, you know I like to play Twister. Can you lift that right foot up and move it back? So you're coming into a modified side plank. And we're gonna get a little bit funkier. You got your right foot on the ground. Can you lift your left knee up? It's fun already, isn't it? And if you lifted your left knee off the ground, can you straighten that left leg out and back? And we're gonna do that 5 times. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Come back to plank pose. And come all the way down onto your belly. Inhale. Cobra. Again, remember that back body is working. Whenever you're back bending, your back body is engaged. Come back down. Tuck your toes. Plank pose. And downward facing dog. And again, get up on your tippy toes. Bend your knees, get all as low as you can. And then see if you can move your heels forward into space a little bit. Hold it. Just start timing this, see who can do it the longest. Inhale, come on up, left leg up, bend that left knee, and again, actively try and move your left heel to your butt cheek. And exhale, step forward, left foot on the outside of your left hand, back knee comes down. Half Hanuman again. And again, focus on lengthening the spine here. Right hand underneath the right shoulder. Inhale, lift your left arm up, twist. I'm just gonna turn around so you guys can still see what I'm doing. And then again, can you lift that left leg up? All the way behind you. Come into that modified side plank. The fun thing about this little movement is people think, oh, it's modified side plank, so nice. No, lift the right knee off the ground. And see if you can straighten that right leg. And back. And straighten. Back. Straighten. And back. And straighten. And back. Plank pose. Move through your vinyasa. It's your version, whether it's the cobra, upward facing dog. Maybe you're like, I'm skipping those chaturangas today. It's all good. We need in down dog. Look forward. And step, walk, jump, fly to the front of your mat. Come into a chair pose. And slowly sit down a little bit lower. I'm just gonna turn around so everybody can see me. And a little bit lower. And a little bit lower. We'll stay here for a while. And come all the way down. Let your butt come to the ground. Come into a boat pose. Reaching from your heart. Reaching through the crown of your head. So what you don't want is that lower back to start collapsing. I'm in a little bit of a hole here. I'm gonna have to move. There. Hands to your heart. Keep that length in your spine. And then twist to the right. Back to center. And to the left. Center. And right. Back to center. Left. One more, right? Do you still have that length in your spine? Center. And left. And come to center and slowly lower. Can you control that though? How slowly can you come down? Ooh, this is yummy. And come all the way down. Take your arms over your head. Close your eyes for a bit. Take a deep breath into your belly. Just notice what's going on right now. Are you like, this is just nice to be on the mat again? Are you like, shit, I'm out of shape? So whatever your thought process is, can you maybe make little changes to it? Of course, if your thought process is like, this is awesome, I'm so happy, just stay with that. That's a great place to be. But if you're giving yourself any kind of shit, can you change that? Take your knees into your chest. And just roll your sacrum on the mat. And roll back and forth. And you're gonna come all the way up to seated. I've been doing this one all week. Grab your thighs under, behind your knees and just squeeze yourself together. So you're like a little sandwich. Get as tall as you can. And then can you let go with the arms? Keep sitting as tall as you can. You keep squeezing your thighs into your belly. And breathe. And close your eyes. And grab your shins, roll all the way back. And this time, can we roll all the way back up to standing? Chair pose. And standing. If the back bend feels good, go for it. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, step back to plank. Move through your vinyasa. It's your vinyasa. It can be skipped at any time. As long as we meet up in downward facing dog at some point, we're good. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step forward. And then inhale, come into a high lunge. And create a stable pose here. So imagine that front foot is making a perfect footprint on a wet sandy beach. So that means you're activating through all four corners of your feet and you're lifting those arches. And let your right hand come down to the side. Reach your left arm over. Nice little side stretch. And then take your left arm and start reaching forward and across. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And come all the way into a twist. Actually press that right hand into your left hand. So you're opening up your chest. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Vinyasa, your version. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, come into that lunge. And again, stabilize the pose through that left foot. Pull that left thigh bone into your hip socket. A little bit of engagement in that back hamstring. And the belly, of course. Your breath is not an accessory, it's part of the pose. So as you exhale, just connect with your power. Left hand down to the side, reach your right arm over. And then start reaching forward and across. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And twist. Notice how easier this twist is when you get that length before you come in. And just engage that back hamstring. Come back to center. Hands to the mat. Vinyasa. We meet in down dog. And you step your feet off the mat. Walk your hands back. Just hang here a little bit. And move, whatever movement feels good, if any movement feels good. So maybe bend one knee at a time, maybe just swaying. Just chill. One thing I've noticed, all this Zoom yoga, now I'm like having to do all the yoga myself. It's like, oh, this is hard. On the good side, I think I'm fitter than I've been in years. So. Again, just notice, what is your internal dialogue right now? We're trying to always balance ourselves between wanting to improve, wanting to strive, the tapas and the niyamas. And at the same time, we have to accept what our practice is today. Santosha, contentment. And it's this beautiful fine balance that we're walking in between the two in everything we do in life. And we always have a tendency to fall off to one side. So which side do you fall off to? I know I fall off to the tapas side constantly. So just make a note of that in your practice today, and can you consciously fall off to the other side? So I always imagine the balance like you're walking a tightrope and you're constantly falling off. So try and fall off to the side that you don't normally fall off to today. Come back into a downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Come back into that high line. Right arm down, reach over. And again, reach forward and across. Come into that twist. And then windmill up into a warrior two. And again, with both of your feet now, imagine those perfect footprints in the wet sand. Strong back leg. Remember, the more engagement and activity you have in that back leg, the lighter you are in your front knee. Inhale, reverse. Straighten your front leg. Engage the front of your thighs here. So strong base. Come into a Trikonasana triangle. Lengthen through that right side of your chest. And keep pressing into your back foot here. Inhale, come back into reverse warrior. So bend that front knee. And exhale, come all the way into half moon. Remember, it's the Bob Fosse poses, jazz hands, jazz toes. Everything is working really hard. Can you lift that back leg a little higher maybe? Remember, the answer can always be no. Swearing is allowed. And step back. Both of your hands to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Vinyasa. We meet in down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, high lunge. Left hand down, reach the right arm over. And start going forward and across, come into your twist. Warrior two. And again, remember that activity in both of your feet. Are you lifting the arches? Inhale, reverse. Straighten your front leg. Trikonasana. Lengthen the left side of your ribcage. Inhale, reverse warrior. Bend that front knee. Exhale, half moon. And again, everything is working really hard. Remember, it's okay to lose your balance. That is just what it is, losing your balance. So what? Maybe lift that leg a little higher. What side of the rope are you falling on right now? Santosha or tapas? And step back. Come back to a plank pose. Move through your vinyasa. And then let your knees come to the mat. Keep your toes tucked. Come sitting onto your heels. Bet you all missed this one. You're shaking your head, Deacon. So keep sitting with this. And for some of us, this is going to get really intense really quickly. That's okay. Your toes won't fall off. Stay with it. Focus on your breath. Just breathe into your belly, expand. This is one of those, the more intense this is, the more you need it. Stay with it a little bit longer. And untuck your toes. Come sitting back down on your heels. Lean back. See if you can get your shins off the mat. You can support with your hands if you need it. And again, some people this is really intense. Some people it's nothing. And if it's really intense, stay with it. And come down, take a child's pose. And keep your legs together today. So you're just rolling your spine over your thighs. I'm gonna stay seated because otherwise my microphone gets all muffled. So allow your body to soften. Every exhale you take, can you release something in your body? Can you sink down? Allow your tailbone to gently move down towards the ground. Allow your lower back to round. Just do a little body scan here. Notice what's tight. Maybe it's just your neck, your shoulders, or your jaw. Until we consciously release it, it's gonna stay tight. Slowly make your way up into tabletop. Come onto all four. I know it's hard when we just had a break and we've all been all soft and delicious and it's like, oh, there's more. Oh. Take a few cat-cows. Just neutralize. Get ready for a little bit more work. And remember that tapas santosha. If you're a tapas person like me, you know it's okay to skip that vinyasa. It's okay to take a child's pose. If you like to rest in santosha most of your life, hey, it won't kill you. Slowly make your way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Come into that high lunge. We kind of know where we're going now, so we can make this flow a little smoother. So we stop dumping into from pose to pose. Right hand down, reach the left arm over. It just kind of becomes one long movement. Reach forward, come into your twist. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Straighten that front leg. Trikonasana. Triangle. Back to that reverse warrior. Half moon. It's a long transition. You're doing good. Left hand to the mat this time. Square your hips, standing split. And then step that left foot back about 2/3 of the way. Come on up. We're going to set up for pyramid pose. So make sure it's working for you. Our pyramid poses are all different. It really depends on our hips and the shape of our femurs. So just make sure it's working for you. You're on little railroad tracks. Set it up. How do I get square hips? And put engagement in your feet, in your legs here. Press your feet into the mat, and with all the length you can muster, come into your pyramid pose. So just like we did in that half split at the start of class, I really want you to focus on length today. So I'm not really worried whether your nose comes to your shin. Much more interested in a long, beautiful spine. Keep pulling that right thigh bone into your hip socket, so you're still squaring your hips. Most of us, we kind of lose that square hips once we fold. Inhale, come halfway up, so lengthen through your spine. Exhale, lift your right arm up. Revolved high lunge. Keep the engagement in the front of your thighs. Keep strong legs here. Right hand comes back. Lift the back heel off the mat and then bend that back knee. And maybe walk your hands back. And walk your hands forward. Step back to plank pose. Vinyasa. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step forward. High lunge. Left hand down, right arm over. And reach forward into that twist. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Straighten your front leg, Trikonasana. Back to that reverse warrior. Half moon. Remember, every time you lose balance, your brain creates little new neural paths. It's good for you. Right hand to the mat, square the hips, standing split. Step back about 2/3 of the way. And again, you're gonna come up, set up for your pyramid. What works for you here? And exhale, hinge at the hip. Keep pulling that left thigh bone into your hip socket. and fold. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, lift your left arm up. Revolved Trikonasana. Everybody's favorite. Ish. Come back down. Lift that back heel, bend the back knee, lean back. Maybe move your hands back. And come back to the front. Either just step forward or take another vinyasa, because why not? And if you're just stepping forward, just hang out in the forward fold. Look forward, step, jump or fly to the front of your mat. Inhale, come into a chair pose. Take your right hand to your hip. Reach your left arm over and across. Come into a twisted chair. Keep pulling that left thigh bone into your hip socket. And there's option for flight here. If you're in a flying mode, come on down, put your hands down, take a side crow. Otherwise, stay in your chair. And where we'll be going, come back to a forward fold. Inhale, chair. Left hand to your left hip. Reach that right arm over and across. Create all that length coming into the twist. Pull your right thigh bone into the hip socket. Either stay here or option for flight, side crow. Good. Look in the direction of your fingertips. Thank you. Come back to center, forward fold. And hang here a little bit. Oh. Put a bit of bend in your knees. Be nice to yourself. Sway. Step back to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg. And step your foot forward. Come into a pigeon pose, but we're gonna make it active. I've been doing this all week, so. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Pull that front thigh bone into your hip socket. So you're gonna feel your thigh and your glute engaged. Hands to your heart. This is hard. If you're not shaking, you're not doing it right. And then pull the inside of your thighs together so you come up a little bit. And down. It's not fun. One more. Up and down. One last time. Up and down. This time we're going to move into that passive pigeon. Ooh, it's going to feel so good now. Slowly make your way down. Oh, as deep as you want. Notice after that active pigeon, you might have a little bit more space. Oh. Soften. Scan your body here. What's tight? Can you release? And just move your jaw from side to side, that lower jaw. Maybe circle it a little bit. Tend to hold on to stress, anxiety, and tension in our hips and our jaw. So since we're already opening the hip, we might as well address the jaw as well. And slowly start coming back up. Make your way all the way back to downward facing dog. Get the fidgets out. Lift your left leg up. Step forward, come into that pigeon pose. And again, we're making it active. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Hands to your heart. No, it's not pleasant. And inhale, pull the inside of your thighs together, coming up. And down. Up. And down. One last time, up. And slowly release into the passive version of this pose. Pay attention to what is the pose like on this side. Is it different from the first side? That's okay. I think it's important to accept that we're not balanced, that our bodies are not balanced, and we create our personal practice from that, from the understanding of exactly what's going on in our individual body. That means that the poses don't look exactly the same on each side, and that's okay. Slowly start coming back up. And come all the way into that down dog. Get the fidgets out. And step forward. And make your way all the way down onto your back. That's all the hard shit is done now. Come down into a constructive rest pose. So just let your knees fall together. Arms along your side. Breathe into your belly. And then start setting up for bridge pose. So feet and knees are sit bone width apart. Imagine those perfect footprints in the sand again. And then lift your arms up. Palms facing each other, fingertips face up, pointing right to the sky. And then pull your arms back into your shoulder sockets. So you're going to feel the upper part of your spine is lifting off the mat, but without your shoulder blades scrunching together. And inhale, come into your bridge pose. Remember, your whole back body is working here. It's part of the back bend. That's what's lifting you. And when you're ready, slowly come back down. Just keep a natural curve in your spine. And when you're ready, come back into your back bend. There's full wheel available if that's in your practice. Otherwise, another bridge pose. And slowly come back down, still keeping that natural curve in your spine. One more back bend, own choice. So again, either full wheel, bridge. If you have a block, maybe a supported bridge. What's in your practice today? And slowly come back down when you're ready. Let both of your knees open up to the sides, come into a reclined Baddha Konasana. Let the bottom of your feet come together. And take your time to start slowing your breath. Make that exhale last a little bit longer. And then take your knees into your chest. And make your way all the way up to seated. God, I feel like I've just been tanning. I'm like, legs straight out in front. Place your fingertips behind you so you're sitting really tall. You're on your sit bones. And then cross your right knee over your left. Come into a one-legged cow pose. So you're stacking your knees. And try and ground both of your sit bones. This is a great place to be. If this is where you feel the stretch in the outside of your right thigh and into that glute, stay here. Or if you want a little bit more, move into a forward fold. Remember, it's never about how the pose is supposed to look. It is, what is the purpose of the pose? So in this pose, we're lengthening the left hamstring, and we're lengthening that outside of your right thigh, and even getting into that glute. So if a lighter version of the pose is doing that for you, what is the point of pushing yourself into a version of the pose that your body might not be ready for? That's just ego. Slowly come back up. And make your way over to the other side. And again, it might be a different version on this side. This might be a tight side, it might be the more open side. Ground both of your sit bones. Either stay right here or fold. And as always with these passive stretches, there is no point in forcing anything. Let your body gently soften into the pose. Slowly come back up. yourself. And make your way all the way down onto your back. Hug your right knee into your chest and give it a good squeeze. And take a recline twist. And come back to center. And make your way over to the other side. Allow your body to soften into that twist. And come back to center. And find your Shavasana. So get comfortable. Lay your palms, face the sky. Close your eyes and soften from the crown of your head all the way through to your fingertips, your toes. next inhale, a little bit deeper. Feel your breath move beyond your lungs, beyond your belly. Way into your fingertips. All the way into your toes. And then very gently make your way onto your side. Take your time. And once you get on your side, pause. Enjoy that your body's ready for stillness. And then very gently press yourself back up to seated. Moment to just observe everything that's going on in your mind, in your heart, in your gut. It doesn't mean we're trying to shut our brains down. We're just taking the time to truly witness what's going on. And it also means that we're not participating in any of the drama, all that chatter that our ego and our little monkey brain is doing. It's fine. We're not trying to silence it, but we're not going to participate either. We're just going to watch. monkey brain of yours saying, wow, this is uncomfortable to sit so still. That's okay. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. Namaste. I hope everybody has a great day. And to Zoom land, great to see you. Mwah. See you guys.